Thanks for joining us here on the Bearcats Sports Network. It's time to catch up with McKendree football coach Mike Babcock and coach. Last week, McKendree headed north to Michigan for a non-conference game against Hillsdale College, a first-time opponent. And it was a game that went back and forth, very tightly contested both ways. The Bearcats really went to work in the second half on both sides of the ball. A big fourth quarter defensively helped stoke a 24-21 victory. And talk about your feelings after that game, the complete team effort. The Bearcats really took control in those final 15 minutes.
Well, it all started at the beginning of the week when I challenged them to be able to go on a long road trip, night game against a very good opponent, and I think they answered the challenge. I think there wasn't one time in the game where they felt like we were going to lose or that this game was going to get out of hand or anything like that, and just really excited and proud of the guys to be able to battle back, and it was back and forth type of game. We were down, we were up, we were down, we were up, and then like you said, a great fourth quarter to finish it out for a nice win.
Rico Gibson was our defensive player of the game on the post-game show last week, and when he was in the booth, he talked about after that first score, the first drive of the game by Hillsdale, that defense really got together, bowed their necks, and they weren't going to be hassled again. They gave up a couple of scores, but still in that fourth quarter, they went to work, only allowed 5 yards, 0 first downs against Hillsdale, and a big effort from that group.
Yeah, I think once they got going, I think they settled down a little bit, and once they did, I think they were physical, they were tough. We had 2 turnovers in the game. Our linebackers and our DBs flew around, really kept them in check a little bit, especially in the pass game. They had an unbelievable wide receiver. Last year was an honorable mention, an All-American, and I think he ended up with 1 catch, that day. So again, very, very happy with the way they definitely finished out.
On the offensive side of the ball, it looked like the offensive line started to come of age, especially in that second half, opening up some big holes for Cheyenne Edwards, who ran for 100 yards, jumped into the top 10 all-time on McKendree's career rushing list, and 2 big rushing touchdowns from your quarterback, Reese Metcalf, as well.
Yeah, I think once we got going, I think especially once you started hitting the third quarter, fourth quarter, and I feel like we realized that we could actually run the ball against these guys, that's what we wanted to do. I think we wanted to be the more physical team out there, and I think we were able to, especially down the stretch, to be able to get some key first downs. And the best thing that I like was, getting the ball back with 3.5 minutes and being able to pick up 2 first downs, running the ball every play, and being able to finish in victory formation. So was very happy with the way we were able to move the ball offensively.
Special teams, once again, another big factor. Josh Lazaro, his first career field goal, bounced back from one that hit the upright earlier in the game, but drilled one from 20 yards out. And then Monty Wolke, 2 big punts in the fourth quarter that pinned Hillsdale deep in their own territory, one back at the 1-yard line, another one at the 11-yard line. And I thought your kickoff coverage was especially good last Saturday at Hillsdale.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of phases. Really, the coverage I was really impressed with. You talked about kickoff. I want to say their start drive off of a kickoff was the 18-yard line, and so that's amazing. That starts with a great kick, and to have a freshman kicker go on the road and do a good job right there, I think it's great. Punting wise, Monty's kicking, really kicking the ball well, and we really have good coverage. I think Matt Cole, our long snapper, Caleb Shipley, a bunch of other guys getting down there and really making plays. So very excited in what we're doing special teams wise, and it showed up last Saturday.
McKendree moves to 2-1 now, all non-conference games. You jump into Great Lakes Valley Conference play for the first time this week, head to the Kansas City area to take on William Jewell. And this is a team, although the Bearcats have won all 5 previous meetings, you throw that out the window because William Jewell always finds a way to play the Bearcats tough for 60 minutes.
Absolutely. I think this is a good team. They play hard. They want to run around and they want to kind of beat you up a little bit too. So I know our guys are excited. I know this is the both conference openers for both teams, and so it's kind of all about conference. I think both sides are getting ready to go.
As you said, conference starts now. The Bearcats, 7 of their final 8 games come in conference play. How important is it to get off to a good start in GLVC play, especially with the other teams, except William Jewell having a game up in conference play already?
Well, I think any game that you play in conference is going to be important. I don't think that there's one bigger than another. We always preach go 1-0 this week, and really the focus for us right now is to get better at a program, to continue to eliminate the mistakes that we're continuing to make, and continue to play good football. So right now it just happens to be William Jewell on the docket, and I think this is a good football team with a very good quarterback, some good wide receivers. They run around on defense quite well, play a lot of man-to-man. So again, this is kind of an exciting exciting opportunity for us.
Their special teams unit has always seemed to play well against the Bearcats as well. A kick return last year, a kick return for a score a couple of years ago. Talk about the focus on special teams against William Jewell.
Well, I mean, we watched, even today, we actually watched the kickoff return for a touchdown and just kind of highlighted the fact that, it really doesn't matter what you do offensively and defensively. It still comes down to special teams. It's still one of the three phases that we need to be able to win at. And so I think they do a nice job. They've had a couple fakes this year, one on punt, one on kickoff. They've done that to us, at least once or twice since I've been here. So, hopefully we can have another good day and hopefully change field position, out there on special teams.
This game will wrap up the first 1/3 of your season. 3 of the first 4 games away from Lehman Field. Obviously important to get out on the right foot against William Jewell in the conference, but also this game is a precursor to the big 2 home games that are coming up against Southwest Baptist and Indianapolis. Obviously you don't want to look ahead, but like we said earlier, want to get off on the right start against William Jewell heading into those next 2 contests.
The big thing for us, and it's the same thing as last week, is the fact of we need to do better on the road. We need to win road games. And so I know that's the focus this week is, can we go on the road and play a good team in Liberty, Missouri? And it'll be nice to get home, the next 2 weeks. I'm not going to lie to you, but in all reality, this week is all about William Jewell.
Coach, thanks for joining us, taking your time out from your busy schedule. Good luck on Saturday.
Appreciate it.
Don't forget, we'll have the McKendree-William Jewell game live on the Bearcats Sports Network, 11:45 a.m. pregame show, followed by the noon kickoff from Green Stadium in Liberty, Missouri, and that's at glvcsn.com/McKendree.